This is a download from the BBC. To download other programmes or for more information, go online.
bbc.co.uk/5live. It's time for everybody to say hello to Jason Issacs, because he's with us again. Hello, Jason.
Hello, mate. How are you? You know, when I was a kid growing up, Little Chef was such an exciting thing, driving on the motorways. We lived in Liverpool, came to London on the motorway. I was so hoping we needed to stop for petrol, because I always thought that they had very small chefs, like kind of circus dwarfs working in the back there. I don't know what age I realised it wasn't true. In fact, it may have just been this morning I've realised that.
You only just realised that. Now, Jason is here. Good is out on DVD. Lots of bits and pieces of news to catch up with. Find out what you're doing. Howard Samuels on this email. Simon, could you say hello to Jason? I went to primary school with him and nearly choked on a marble when playing at his house. I swallowed it in the end. Can you ask Jason if he wants it back?
That's very kind if he wipes it with, you know, give him swine flu and all that stuff. He boils it in Dettol first. Yeah, lovely.
Do you remember, Howard?
I don't remember that incident or Howard. I'm terribly sorry, Howard.
You might just have made it up. Alex in Finchley, could you thank Jason for offering to pay for the strings that he broke in a tennis racket that he borrowed from my shop in Finchley? I say offered to pay. The note said to charge everything to his brother. Yeah. Top bloke, says Alex.
That's very good. These are the kind of emails I should be getting at home, surely, not through you.
You see, come on the radio and all of a sudden, it's all coming out.
No, I tell you what, I have these broken strings. I went to this tennis club, and the woman who recognised me from the movies was very kind. She said, we'd like to borrow a racket. We don't normally do that, borrow it from the shop. And I borrowed it and I broke the strings, which is poor behaviour.
Yes, it is. And you didn't pay, actually.
Well, I left her a note saying, you know, my brother's the member, charge my brother and I'll get the money back.
That's what brothers are for.
That's what brothers are for, absolutely.
So talk about Goody just a moment. Andrew Collins, Mark's on holiday and doubtless says hello, and doubtless is listening.
He's having a good time. He's in the Scilly Isles, apparently.
At this moment, what are you up to at the moment?
I'm in between potters, actually. I'm pottering most of the year, on and off. So I did a bunch of Malfoy Manor, and then I'm doing lots of holidays with the kids, and then in a month or so I go back to Voldemort makes an appearance, and I'll be standing behind him trying desperately to garner attention, waving my wand.
So is this the whole thing now? You're doing the last
Potter 7 and 8, or 7A and 7B, as it's known in the trade.
Right, because the last one is 2.
The last book they're making into 2 films, unfortunately.
Do you know where
I think they should be making 6 or 7 films out of it.
You probably can't tell us this, but I'm intrigued to know where they split the last book. Cause there
I guess somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Well, they just where's it go? 320. Let's finish it there. There isn't an obvious point.
I don't know.
Finish this.
No, I don't know where they'll split it. In fact, what am I saying? I know exactly where they split it. We shot the scene, which is the very cliffhanger, fade to black. Mum, I can't believe I have to wait another year to see the next film point. And I would tell you, of course, exactly where it was, were it not for the fact that I would destroy my entire career in doing so. So I'm terribly sorry. But it's a really good bit where they stop. Lots of great stuff will have happened, and it'll leave you wanting more.
Don't employ that Issacs fellow. He'll go on the radio and say exactly what's happening.
It is odd, though, because you sign a huge confidentiality agreement when the script is delivered. It's kind of twice the size of the script. And I never quite can process the fact that the book is available in every single bookshop in the world. But nonetheless, I sign it with my children's blood because I love the films.
Absolutely. Well, let me try another question on that, which you probably, again, won't be able to answer. Sure. Although you weren't in the last one.
No, I wasn't. It was very odd. I went to the premiere in Leicester Square. I've not been able to go. It's very noisy, Jack. Sorry about that. Sounds like the brown paper cowboys in town. I went to the last one not having been to any of the premieres before, because I've been working previously, and it was, you know, it was a huge mob scene in Leicester Square, and you had to walk over this kind of altar almost, and hundreds of thousands of people screaming, and I just wanted to scream back, I'm not in it, save your breath. But it was very odd to watch them all having such a great time and not be in it. So it's fantastic fun to be back there.
The main discussion point, as far as this program is
the unfortunate incident,
has been about the unfortunate incident.
You can't talk to me like a stranger. You know, I'm addicted to this program.
I know. But I got into trouble for basically explaining what the unfortunate incident was. Again, it doesn't seem to be a huge secret, given the fact that it's been the much discussed.
It's everywhere else. You're the only people in the world keeping it secret.
And at the end of the year, sort of those we have lost sort of supplements. This particular character turned up, you know, as someone who. Anyway.
I feel like I'm walking a very delicate line, because I might also divulge it, and I have even more invested in not doing it.
You're Malfoy, so you can do whatever you want.
I didn't buy Mark's quibble about this.
Well, it's my I'm just...
Oh, yours as well.
At the end of the book, the unfortunate incident makes sense because Harry is paralysed because of the spell which is cast on him. That spell is not cast in the film, and Harry would have stood up and done something about the unfortunate...
It's a very difficult thing that's asked of people who've read the books to try and put that out of their mind when they watch the film. I hadn't read the book, so I read the script and saw the film. And I think when you know what's in the book, you know, it's almost impossible not to question every difference, because people who read the books read them 100 times. Nonetheless, coming at it fresh, and you have to presume far more people who see the film who haven't read the book, because it's many more millions, I think, of viewers. And they haven't really had a problem with it, because, like them, I thought he was given very strict orders, and he was told who to trust and when to trust him, and that it would be very difficult when the moment came, and so it was. And in fact, it makes it more of a dilemma, because it's about free will. To me. But I'm not sure you'll ever be persuaded on that.
No, well, it's a very interesting point. Maybe it makes it an even more profound point if it becomes
Let's get the next generation. Let's get Joe and Gabriel in here and find out what they think.
Oh, you heard
clearly,
them?
Yeah, the audience are clamouring.
Mayo Jr., Kermode Jr., this is at the Cropley
BBC
Festival.
are looking for the youth audience. I think we should get them in, give them their own show.
Everybody heard Mark making his son lie just to prove a point.
It was a very uncomfortable moment. I was listening to that, my stomach was turned in a knot.
That was...
what was the price he paid at home from Dr. Williams?
Absolutely. But just on the final pottering that you're doing, I wonder, given a lot of people will know a lot about what happens in the last book, I wonder if it becomes actually some of the most satisfying stuff for you playing that character, because it's slightly more to, you know, you're obviously a bad character,
well,
but there are kind of more dimensions
there are
exposed in this.
It's been, you know, Lucius has been pretty unchanging, but then once Voldemort made an appearance, he was pretty humiliated. Voldemort gave him no status or credit for having worked to keep his name going and work, you know, in his favour when Voldemort was away, and those things get a lot worse. I mean, right at the beginning of 7, anyone who's read the book knows I pretty much have the legs cut out from under me, and instead of being this man with very high status, you know, the second most evil man in the universe, which is a dodgy, you know, crown to wear anyway.
A dangerous position to be in.
I have a pretty nasty fall from grace and emasculated by all those around me, and for an actor, it's nice to play different colours, and I've been rather enjoying that. It's humiliating as it is.
A lot to look forward to. And I suppose the huge advantage is that every single character, pretty much, in the movie is instantly recognisable if they were walking down the street. But because you have your big white wig on, if you walk down the street, you could just as easily be any of your other characters. But
well, when I'm looking to get recognised, obviously I take an elf with me and my wand. Well, I don't even have a wand. My wand is taken away from me, which is very sad.